Kann ich deine Brüste benutzen? Hey Rabbits, it's Trixie, and to all German learners out there, hang in there. German is a difficult language to learn. Complicated grammar, the weirdest sounds like k, ch, and ts, and lots of tricky words. And the worst thing, some of these words look so similar, but they mean something completely different. Often that's not a big problem. But what if one letter makes the difference between being hungry and being a criminal? Being a good mother and being a cannibal? Going to bed and putting all your clothes off? Yes, words like these exist, and they are exactly what this video is going to be dealing with. Words you should better not confuse. So listen carefully, and it may save you from one or another embarrassing misunderstanding. When Germans go to bed, they usually say Gute Nacht, good night. But we've all been there. When you are very sleepy, you don't feel that talkative anymore. That's why many Germans shorten that to Nacht. Sounds simple, right? One word shouldn't be too tricky to memorize. Well, that's true, but unfortunately, Nacht is not that easy to pronounce for many foreigners. I know from Americans in particular that they tend to say k instead of h or ch. What I mean is that they would, for example, say ich lacke instead of ich lache. Not a big deal? Normally not. But what if I told you that exactly this pronunciation mistake gives the German word Nacht a totally different meaning? If you say nackt instead of Nacht, you literally say naked. And believe me, the two sentences, okay Leute, wir gehen schlafen, Nacht, and okay Leute, wir gehen schlafen, nackt, are not quite the same. The latter may cause a bit of laughter because you've just told everybody that you're gonna sleep without clothes tonight. Embarrassing moments like this can be a haunting experience. And speaking of it, do you know the German word for to haunt already? It's spuken, like in meiner Wohnung spukt ein Geist. A ghost haunts my apartment. Ooh, creepy, right? Well, let's turn the feeling of horror into disgust by changing only one letter of this word. If you don't say spuken, but spuken, the ghost you're talking about is no longer doing this. Ooh, ooh, but this. Boo, it was me. Exactly. While spuken means to haunt, spucken is the German word for to spit. So whenever you have a paranormal experience in Germany, remember to say spuken before you call the Ghostbusters. Hier spukt ein Geist! Otherwise they may forward you to a cleaning service. Scared of ghosts? I'm sorry. And I agree, the idea of paranormal activities in your house is pretty horrible. Or furchtbar, as we Germans say. Which leads me to the next word that you should not confuse with another very similar sounding one. Whenever you want to say horrible or terrible in German, make sure you don't use fruchtbar in place of furchtbar. Because fruchtbar means nothing less than fertile in German. Just imagine a friend asking you, so how's it going between you and your boyfriend? Wie läuft's mit dir und deinem Freund? If you accidentally answer, oh, Daniel ist so fruchtbar, then don't be surprised if you find some congrats on the pregnancy greeting cards in your mailbox soon. Talking about babies, two other German words that you should not mix up are wackeln and wickeln. While wackeln means to wiggle or to shake, wickeln describes the honorable task of changing a baby's diaper. My boyfriend is from Venezuela and he's not fluent in German yet. We are currently expecting our second child. So you can imagine that I was seriously impressed when he recently told me, hey, ich kann mit den Ohren wickeln. What he meant was this. But what he literally said was that he can change a baby's diaper with his ears. Due date is in the middle of March. Can't wait to see that. What else can you do with newborn babies? Well, things go in and things come out. So apart from cleaning its little butt, you also have to feed your mini-human. The German word for to feed is füttern. Ich füttere das Baby. Shockingly, it doesn't even need a new letter, but simply two little dots to turn a loving parent into a cannibal. If you use U instead of Ü and say ich futtere das Baby, it means that you are munching on it. Yep, exactly. The quirks of the beautiful German language. Two extra dots on top of a U and you're eating your own children. To which my only advice is don't. Don't eat family members. Don't confuse futtern and füttern. So in case you feel a craving for something tasty, better hand your baby over to your partner and buy some food. What about sweet, delicious waffles? In German, waffles are called Waffeln and look pretty much like this. You can make them yourself, buy them at the supermarket, or for example in a bakery. Did I make you feel hungry? And you are in Germany right now? Well then, what are you waiting for? Get one! Just one word of warning. After entering the bakery, make sure you say Waffel and not Waffe when you order. Because kann ich eine Waffe haben would mean can I have a weapon or a gun? This may work in America and you will happily leave the bakery with your first very own AR-15, but the German Bäckerei-Fachverkäuferin will more likely call the police. Yeah, apparently life is not all guns and roses, but it surely is guns and waffles when you're learning German. So make sure you know the difference. Even though the misunderstanding would be cleared up quickly, the funny story about you trying to buy a gun in a bakery would probably spread all around the neighborhood and cause a lot of gossip. To gossip can be translated with tratschen in German. And I'm mentioning it in this video because it can easily be confused with yet another word that could possibly land you in jail. Or at least earn you a disgusted look and maybe a slap in the face. As I said, tratschen means to gossip, to tattle. However, if you simply drop the R and use touchen instead, it means that you're touching somebody in an inappropriate way. Map, map. So in case somebody asks you about your hobbies and you want to tell them that you like to chit-chat, be careful and say ich tratsche gern and not ich touche gern. Because claiming that you like touching people in inappropriate places is kinda awkward and creepy. Ready for the last two German words that you shouldn't mix up? You know, the whole touchen thing reminded me of a story. One day, one of my fiance's friends paid us a visit. A lovely girl, I liked her a lot. Her German was good, but not yet fluent. At some point, I was in the bathroom putting some makeup on and brushing my hair when she suddenly joined me and asked, "Kann ich deine Brüste benutzen?" I stared at her for a while because that literally means, can I use your boobs? For a second, I was expecting things to get pretty hot from here on, when I noticed that she was pointing at the hairbrush in my hand. And I got it. Instead of die Brüste, the boobs, she wanted to say die Bürste, the hairbrush. So, disappointingly, the only thing she wanted was to untangle her hair. What does that teach you? Lesbian fantasies are nothing to be ashamed of. Try to never confuse the two German words Bürste and Brüste. Alright, rabbits, I hope that learning about these 8 German lookalike words was fun and helpful. Maybe this video saved a couple of you from getting yourselves in embarrassing situations, so you're welcome. What other words can you think of that should better not be mixed up? Do you have some funny stories to share in which the wrong word led to a strange misunderstanding? Post your thoughts in the comments below and leave a like on this video because that would make me really, really happy. As always, feel free to follow me on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook, and here is a video that you should definitely check out as well. Subscribe to Don't Trust the Rabbit for more videos like this one, and if you want to support the channel even a bit more, you can also find me on Patreon. I would really appreciate your help. Now I wish you all a wonderful day and I hope to see you in my next video. It's late here, so I'm gonna go to bed. Gute Nacht!